Are they? Oh, absolutely, surely. They have to make choices. It is the old eternal battle that has been going on since the war in heaven, spoken of in the book of Revelation. The forces of evil against the forces of good. We all exercise agency in the choices we make. Mr. Wallace, you also have a moral code. Reply: we believe in chastity before marriage and total fidelity after marriage. That sums it up. That is the way to happiness in living. That is the way to satisfaction. It brings peace to the heart and peace to the home. Next question. Some of the students we've talked to say that the health code is easy compared to no premarital sex. They say that not smoking or not drinking is a clear line, but the sexual line is somewhere. Well, they're confused, some of them anyway, about where that line is. Response: oh, I think they know. Any young man or woman who has grown up in this church knows where that line is. When you see yourself slipping, begin to exercise some self-discipline. And if it is a serious problem, take it to the Lord. Talk with God about it. Share your burden with Him. He will give you strength. He will help you. They know that. I am confident they know that.
What my psychiatrist recommended is you can take medication.
As you may know, your elected officials have required us to verify your age before granting you access to our website. While safety and compliance are at the forefront of our mission, giving your ID card every time you want to visit an adult platform is not the most effective solution for protecting our users, and in fact, will put children and your privacy at risk.
And a Utah judge today dismissing a lawsuit challenging the state's porn site age verification law. The lawsuit was filed in May by the Free Speech Coalition, a trade group representing the adult entertainment industry. In his ruling, U.S. District Court Judge Ted Stewart said he did not have jurisdiction to hear the case.
Debbie, the FBI says it arrested hundreds of people across the country as part of what's being called Operation Restore Justice. During a 5-day period last month, the FBI says it arrested more than 200 people and rescued more than 100 children. Salt Lake City's FBI field office was part of that operation. I talked today with an FBI agent who says this highlights a problem in Utah and nationwide that...
Travis Wayne Goodsall. Section 63, verse 24. And now behold, this is the will of the Lord your God concerning his saints, that they should assemble themselves together unto the land of Zion, not in haste, lest there should be confusion, which bringeth pestilence. I probably should do another video for you on this chapter today, because Bruce R. McConkie puts in the verse headings second coming, but then when you actually read the verses, there is no second coming. Bruce, naughty Bruce. Naughty, naughty, naughty Bruce. Section 4, 3, 2, 1. Section 3, verse 16. The whole Bible was written by the Jews and talks about the Jewish Christ, not the Christian Christ, not the Islamic Christ. That should be a no duh. And therefore, the knowledge of this Jewish Christ will be in the Book of Mormon and taught by Joseph Smith. So it's real simple. The law of the Jews, Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verses 15 through 19, is the Jewish Christ. The Lord thy God will raise up mortal human baby, mortal human parents. Not Trinity, not non-Trinity, not those isms that I talked about yesterday with the Pope from Leo the First. Just human, not complicated. You don't need to create a supernatural being to get other people to believe in. Just a human. And yet over 4 billion people are all in a frenzy over something that isn't real. A prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren. Prophet is not a title. He says, the Lord thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet. He's predicting the future. That's a prophet. It is not a title. A prophet is a person who predicts the future. And you will know a prophet by their fruits, results, because they make claims about predictions of the future. So if it does not happen, then you know them as false. In the coming days, in the coming day, in the coming days, in the coming day. Oh no, I don't know the day. You'd think that Nelson would keep his covenant path penalty oath for failure. Like you had Ballard, Monson, Hales, Barry Parker Scott. Oh, you won't do it to yourself, huh? Gotcha. So, Joseph Smith, likewise, we'll just quickly cut this. Section 103, verse 16, 15 through 18, technically. The redemption of Zion must needs not come in haste, lest there be pestilence. Therefore, I will raise up mortal human being, mortal human parents, unto Mormons, my people, a man who shall lead them like the Jewish Christ, man like Moses. Why do people insist that the man like Moses has to be working with Jesus? If the Jewish Christ is what the Christians replaced, Why would any Mormon be that stupid enough to think that this Jewish Christ and Christian Christ turned non-Trinitarian be the interpretation here? I don't get it, Mormons. Why do you have to make this church true? Why can't you let the Word lead you to the answers? Why do you have to insert interpretations, insert characters that don't belong? Why, Mormons? Is it because you're evil? Is it? Is it? DNC 63. I want to retire. We were supposed to be in Zion. Because when you know the learning of the Jews, you know and understand the scriptures. It's all simple, plain, pure, and most precious. You know, like the Book of Mormon. So, Trump Ice 2025. Yeah, I had a sound, thus rough sleep. I remembered the full length of the dream and the segmented sections. It was wild. About homelessness. Thus the thumbnail picture for you today. Thanks to the news story. I don't think I have that. Oh, God. I do. So the question is, where was it? Yep. Whopper. Whopper ruling Whopper ruling. Judge allows lawsuit over Burger King ads to move forward. I should also put that snapshot in here for you. I don't think we need the scriptures anymore. So yeah, we all know advertising of food on TV, that they always use a plastic model to represent their food, unless of course they get hot chicks in bikinis to eat the food, and then Christian homemakers get all offended and call it porn and harmful to children, and demand that they stop doing those pornographic commercials for kids. It's a woman eating a burger. Get over it. Just because you have chosen to be a homemaker with a husband who does all the work, of whom you are to be a trad wife to, and have a billion kids that you have to take care of and stay home barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen, and don't even consider doing a try-on haul video, doesn't mean you can take away the agency of other women who are hotter than you, even though you were the one who got married and they didn't. Bunch of mean girls, Christian trad wives. Dear God. It's like they're the nerds of high school who gets revenge on the jocks by committing cyber terrorism against them. Right, YouTube Mormon employee down in Utah County? I'm not the one who wedgied you and did a swishy in the toilets. That was the Utah Mormons here in Utah. Take it out on them, not on me. I was in Southern California. I pursued studying the church to find out that the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith were true. What did you do with your life? Oh, you're living in your mommy's basement, working for YouTube, trolling and cyber-terrorizing those of us who found out the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith were true. God, unbelievable. Get a life, you loser. And so the big surprise that Trump had that he hyped up was a fizzle. It was a minor trade with Great Britain. And it's not going to do anything. Nobody's going to benefit from it. We're all going to continue to suffer and die. What Trump must do if he wants to be popular again is give out money. He knows this. He won't do it this time. Oaks got leaked by a little sister missionary saying that the church is responsible for everything that is destroying your lives right now, while the church steals money and prepares for their kingdom come. Their will be done on you. And so in 2020, when massive deaths were occurring, Trump gave out stimulus money. And yet, with everything that is crashing down around us this time for the big show, but Trump was failing, and so Nelson had to come out and say, I don't know the day or the hour of Jesus is coming. He kind of failed. He was supposed to do it before conference. Oops, I mean, Trump. And so this time, Fox News had to be the ones to try to tease a $5,000, but Trump never went for it. You know, the first time was, Trump is going to give everybody $5,000 to show how great Doggy is doing. And then that fizzled out and died. And then Fox again said, oh, Trump is going to do $5,000 for trad wives who get pregnant. And that fizzled out and died. He is not helping America. He's helping himself, and he's destroying America. And so, yeah, he's purposely setting up for a martial law civil war because of all of the activist judges and protests. So, as I told you, Trump was going to let the Columbia protests be taken care of by Columbia. And sure enough, the security tried to handle the situation, and it got violent. And so the New York Police Department was called in to break it up and arrest upwards of 88 protesters of demanding terrorists have freedom and rights. If you're on the side of the enemy, you're a terrorist. You are the enemy. You got to be on the right side of history, regardless of whether you win or lose. You must stand for the truth, not stand for trutherism or your truth, whether you're a deep state Dem or a MAGA. The extremisms are wrong. So yeah, the Burger King fake ads. You know, obviously, the actual burger is not going to look like a plastic model. You don't want to eat a plastic model. See, on TV shows and movies, they'll have plastic food for the props. You're not supposed to eat them. Sometimes a comedic show will have a person eat it, knowing, the audience knowing that it's plastic. Ha ha. we all know this. I don't know why they're falling for this lawsuit, because it was well established. I guess it's just this new generation that didn't get told that it's plastic on the commercials. And they can't have somebody actually eating a real one because homemakers get upset. My husband chose me because I was hot. Now I've got my life with diapers. If you didn't like the life, you shouldn't have chosen the life, regardless of your religion. And so, another thing that I told you that was going to happen. Trump was deporting people to El Salvador. And the judge again said, no, can't do that. You know, he was doing Venezuela, now El Salvador. And so now Trump, then, after being told, no, you can't deport people to El Salvador, Trump sent them to Libya. And sure enough, yesterday the judge said, no, you can't do that. Nobody's getting it. He's going to deport everybody. And if you keep telling him no this time, God, he is setting up for a military attack. He is putting military in the streets. It's coming. And so Trump appointed a new Surgeon General who's not a doctor, who's just a social media influencer. And he also appointed Judge Shapiro to be an interim. Oh, thank God, get her off of Fox. It's amazing how they let her get so sloshed to do her programs. She's just ranting. Oh, dear God. Because that's what Trump really wanted to do. He wanted to get rid of her. I'm sick and tired of her. We need to get rid of her. What do I do? Oh, I can put her in a lawyer position? Great. It's just like Junior's fiance. I want to break up with her, Dad, but I don't know what to do. Can you ship her off around the world somewhere? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll make her the ambassador in Greece. Thanks, Dad. You're the best. Yes, I am. And finish it off. Apparently, there's a gambling for everything in life. Even for the next pope, as there were betting on who the next pope would be. Which, with Brigham Young's alteration of Joseph Smith's method of succession, this removed all bets from that. It's always the president of the Quorum of the 12. And so, yeah, whenever Nelson decides to die, but I told you in the video a month or so ago, he's the zombie apocalypse of the first resurrection. He's never going to die. He's going to be 1984 Big Brother. Oh, dear God, we're all doomed. So, yeah, no betting for the Mormon Church. But the whole point of all this, if you couldn't catch on from the beginning of how we're Jewish and therefore it's all true, is that we're talking about the latter days. There is no second coming of Jesus. There's a coming of the Jewish Christ, who's a man like Moses. And Moses had his confrontation with Pharaoh, but it wasn't until Pharaoh's dynasty fell that he then transferred authority to Moses. Then Moses was able to do his thing and lead the house of Israel in an exodus, and then got to Sinai, where the 10th city of Zion was built. And yes, the house of Israel was wicked, and they didn't want to listen to Moses, and they were rebellious, and then Aaron and Miriam formed a coup. And then Aaron created an idol god Jesus cow out of gold and had everybody get naked and have orgy sex, worshiping it, which is the Dionysian orgies, which means it was written during the Roman period time. But nonetheless, I try to tell you these things, and you say, no, it's literal history. It's prophecy and revelation, you dumbasses. Quit denying prophecy and revelation, because that's exactly what the Methodist preacher Methodist Verse 21. Some few days after I had this vision, I happened to be in the company with one of the Methodist preachers who was very active in the before-mentioned religious excitement. In conversing with him on the subject of religion, I took occasion to give him an account of the vision which I had had. I was greatly surprised at his behavior. Why, Joseph? They're Christian. He treated my communication not only lightly, but with great contempt. Sound familiar, Utah Mormon employee of YouTube? Saying it was all of the devil, that there was no such things as visions and days and hours in these days. That all such things had ceased with the apostles. But as a Methodist, don't you believe in succession? Oh, right, you are the Protestant Reformation, not the Catholic Church. That there would never be any more of them. That is denying the power of prophecy, seership, revelation, and translation. You know, the titles that are denied by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints by turning them into titles.